Hello my young friends, many of you have been inquiring what will happen to the NEET and the JEE mains examinations that are scheduled for the second half of July. The NEET examination on the 26th of July and the IIT JEE mains between the 18th and the 23rd of July. The demand from many students is that these examinations in the times of COVID-19 must be postponed. And some of the students are also contemplating approaching the Supreme Court in this matter, and I know that from a very reliable source. Now, the students obviously cannot understand why the HRD ministry and the National Testing Agency, the NTA, that conducts these examinations are taking so long to decide on this matter. Now, I have been speaking to multiple sources who are directly and indirectly involved with the decision-making process since yesterday, to understand the nature of the discussions and also to present a comprehensive picture and not a video with zero content and a clickbait headline. Okay, so 10 big points is what I'm bringing to you, and listen to them very carefully because there is a lot of material for you to understand the picture better and also perhaps also to gauge what the situation is at this point in time. Okay, now for the past few days, the members of the NTA are getting inputs from different agencies from different parts of India. Okay, so the process of collecting and collating information on what the situation is on the ground is going on. Okay, and they are looking at different aspects to the two entrance examinations. Now, once this comprehensive report is prepared, it will be presented to the Governing Council of the NTA, which as of today is scheduled to meet on the 3rd of July. That is when a final decision is expected to be taken. It was earlier scheduled for the 26th of June tentatively, but now it's on the 3rd of July. Now, I am given to understand by a senior member of the NTA that the report which will be presented to the Governing Council will be very specific, looking at the pros and cons of whatever decision is taken with very clear recommendations. Okay, point number 2. The board was also, one of the reasons why nothing happened on the 26th of June was because the board was, the NTA was also looking at what happens with the CBSE board examinations which were eventually cancelled. The verdict came on the 26th of June. But will that be a major factor? And the answer is yes and no. And I'll tell you why. Yes, because it gives you a sense of the reading of the situation on the ground. From an examination point of view, because CBSE is a large body, it's a national body, and it is expected to have done proper research before arriving at the decision to cancel the examinations, right? So they obviously wanted to see what decision is taken by the CBSE. No, because the two exams, the CBSE board exams and the NEET/JEE are very different kinds of examinations. CBSE examinations are exit exams because everyone can be mass promoted if NEET arises. But NEET and JEE are entrance examinations. One is an exit exam, these are entrance examinations. So they are very different in nature and template. And if you get rid of the entrance examinations, then your IITs and medical colleges won't have any students this batch. And most IITs are absolutely dead against this idea. Okay, and I don't think even students want a cancellation. They are looking for a postponement. Now, point number 3, what has caused a lot of concern among the student community, the students who are going to write the examination, is the interview of Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, the Union HRD Minister, to Zee News earlier this week, where he said as of now there is no change in the dates of the JEE mains and NEET, but he added that depending on the COVID-19 situation, the authorities will review in the first week of July whether to conduct or postpone the entrance examinations. He left it open. Now, ever since, the candidates have been tweeting, asking for the exams to be postponed. Okay, now the big point. While the HRD ministry has left it open-ended, the IITs are informally getting ready for further delays in the admission process, right? Off the record, NTA officials also say that there are high chances of postponement, but obviously they are unwilling to go on record or commit anything ahead of the July 3 meeting. The other big point is that if the examinations are postponed, there is no clarity on whether the NTA, like it did in the month of May, can actually afford to fix another date for both NEET as well as JEE mains examinations, or as of now just leave it open-ended. That is, not fix any date when the examinations could be rescheduled for. Because there is no guarantee, there is no saying when the situation will be conducive to conduct the entrance examinations. Now, there has also been a hashtag which is trending, no exams in COVID, but those in the IIT administration say, and some of them are also part of this entire consultation process which is being undertaken by the NTA, is that while rescheduling of exams is an option, definitely an option, cancellation of the exams is not an option, because you got to respect the students who have been working very hard preparing for this entrance examinations, and I'm sure all the students would agree with that. Now, the NTA officials who I spoke to also point out that the JEE mains is not the final examination that they need to bother about, because after that there is the JEE advanced to follow, and as of now it's scheduled for the month of August. So that date will also have to be thought about, because the process will get completed only after the JEE advanced exams get conducted. Now, point number 8, and another input which has come in, is whether JEE mains of July could be done away with. Why? Because you already have a JEE mains exams which has been conducted in the month of January 2020, and those arguing for this say that perhaps those who have scored a particular percentile in the January edition of the JEE mains could be considered for the JEE advanced. But there is also internally a lot of opposition to this particular idea, because it is believed that it will deprive many deserving students of an opportunity, and I think that's fair enough, right? Because the point being made is that JEE has a commitment to conduct 2 JEE mains examinations, one in January and the second one was in the month of April, was scheduled for the month of April, and that should not it cannot really go back on its word, and therefore opportunity should not be snatched away from students who have been working hard and are truly deserving. Moreover, those who understand the entire JEE process of taking of the examination will tell you that the January examination is seen by many students, because students at that time are still preparing for their 12th class board examinations. So they see the January edition as more of a practice examination and are much more serious for the second edition of the JEE mains, which happens in the month of April, which is now scheduled for the month of July. Point number 9, and another point, and I don't know how serious are people talking about this, but I thought I will put this on the table. Another point being spoken about is whether admission to IITs can happen on the basis of the board results, right? That again, as a senior official was saying, it cannot be uniformly applied, because there are universities or there are CBSE and ISC schools, and of course the state board schools, and the way marking is done, especially from state board to state board, really differs. And in fact gave me the example of a particular state board where he said the students are very bright always, but they never get very high marks in their state board examinations. So basically the belief within the IIT administration and NTA is that that will not be a very good idea. And also the second point is that they believe that if you take students on the basis of board examination results, that will dilute the brand equity of the IIT, and IIT administrators say that the admission process to the IITs through the JEE mains and advanced is basically to filter quality students, and they would really seek the best of the best. The final point, point number 10. Now, while the HRD ministry is the parent ministry for the NTA, now as far as NEET, which looks after the admission to the medical colleges is concerned, the Union Health Ministry also comes into the picture. But in any case, because we are talking about COVID-19 times, the Union Health Ministry's concurrence will also be sought, because we obviously want to ensure the safety of all the students who are going to be taking the examination. And in the case of the JEE, the All India Council for Technical Education, or AICTE, will also give its opinion. Okay, so those are the 10 big points as far as the NEET and the JEE mains examination is concerned. You need to wait for the 3rd of July to really know the complete picture, but these are the indications and the information, and it will give you an understanding about what are the different things which are being discussed, debated within the NTA ahead of the meeting on the 3rd of July, so that they can take an informed decision. So whenever there is any fresh update, let me assure you, I will let you know out here on SWS, that's Study with Sudhir. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you and all the best to you.